What is up, investors, and welcome back to the Everything Crypto Show. I'm your host, Everything Crypto, here to bring you the latest and most important news moving the crypto markets. Now, as always, please remember that nothing on this channel is financial advice, rather my own thoughts, opinions, and research that I have compiled and broken down for viewer education and entertainment purposes only. So please invest responsibly, as I want this community to thrive over the long term, and I love and appreciate you all. And on that note, we're going to get right into today's content, which is going to be focused solely on the Cronos Chain, but more specifically, what projects, what decentralized applications I am looking at to really drive the growth of the Cronos Chain moving forward. And pretty much on a weekly basis on this channel, we actually do take a look at the weekly growth statistics of the Cronos Chain. And I think it is really important to dig under the surface here and look at what projects I am personally looking at that I do believe eventually will drive Cronos to become a top 3 blockchain. Now, number one here, we're going to start off with VVS Finance. And you can see right here from DeFi Llama that VVS Finance actually makes up 60% of the total value locked on the Cronos Chain. So a very influential project on the growth of this chain, as Cronos has 1.17 billion in TVL and VVS makes up 705.47 mil of this total value locked. So VVS is very important to the Cronos Chain as the first decentralized exchange that does include very popular DeFi services such as token swaps, liquidity pools, staking, and farming. It was designed to simplify DeFi trading for the masses, which is where the name VVS came from, for very simple finance. And basically it achieves this through a very user-friendly interface, as you can see here. And I mean, it's really not too complex to navigate this platform, whether you are new or you are more of a seasoned vet to the platform. And we're going to take a look at some of the features they offer. The first one here being the Bling Swap. And what this basically allows you to do is swap across several liquidity pools to obtain the best possible price for the pairs requested. Liquidity providers are the backbone of any decentralized exchange, and therefore it is incredibly important for DeFi protocols to incentivize the community to provide liquidity to the ecosystem. And on VVS Finance, liquidity providers receive 66% of all trading fees generated, in addition to exclusive access to yield farms where they can actually stake these LP tokens for VVS rewards. Now, what they also have here on VVS is the Crystal Farms, which goes ahead and enables liquidity providers to earn additional yields by staking their LP tokens. These farms offer high returns for staking the tokens, especially during the initial phase. And as the user base grows, the returns will naturally reduce as the rewards pool is shared by more and more participants. However, these farms are going to be critical, in my opinion, to driving the long-term value of the VVS token. Now, they also offer here glitter mines, which basically allow users to multiply their VVS tokens, as you can stake your VVS in one of the two mines, either the auto compounding mine or the manual, to earn more VVS. Now, in the auto compounding mine, the VVS harvested is automatically staked along with your principal. Once again, just really emphasizing that ease of use, as you can stake your VVS and automatically compound that interest. Now, last but not least here, and probably the most interesting in my opinion, is actually their IGOs, these initial gem offerings, which basically benefit both new projects and native VVS Finance. So as VVS is the largest DeFi protocol on Cronos by total value locked, it benefits from a substantial user base, which means that new projects, when launched on the platform, have strong potential to raise liquidity from this user base, while VVS users are basically exposed to new projects at a very early stage with the opportunity to purchase a brand new token at a fixed price. So definitely shows a lot of potential, in my opinion. Then here we can actually take a look at the VVS token, which is the native utility and governance token of the protocol. And basically what happens is the team handles the protocol's governance in consultation with the community, but the protocol is aiming to be decentralized in phases through a DAO mechanism, transferring governance powers to VVS token holders through the XVVS mechanism. And XVVS is the yield-bearing governance token that can be obtained by staking VVS tokens, which you can once again actually take a look at if we go and look here at the XVVS mines. So basically the XVVS tokens are going to be pegged here one-to-one with VVS, and they are effectively designed to appreciate over time as a portion of the platform revenue goes to buy back VVS and is divided proportionally among XVVS holders in the pool. So you can see how that works over here, and definitely a very interesting concept that does contribute to the decentralization of the platform. Now, I'm not going to go through the entire roadmap, but what you can see is they got a lot of stuff coming up, including this VVS voting governance, a referral system, an NFT collection, as well as GameFi, and that is always something we are looking for on the Cronos chain. So coming in the number one spot here is VVS. Now, moving on to the second project we're going to talk about here, and that is Finance. We have covered this plenty on the channel, as it is very popular amongst the community. It is a project that I do actually believe will continue to thrive in the future, and this was formerly the number one DEX on the Cronos chain. However, due to some recent issues with the ecosystem, it has definitely taken a bit of a beating, but we are actually recovering here quite nicely. I mean, a week ago we were down to about 70 mil in TVL, and we are almost back up to that 100 million mark in total value locked. And Finance has the largest ecosystem on Cronos with its DEX, yield optimizer, NFTs, algorithmically pegged stablecoins, and DTF. So although VVS actually does have the most TVL on the platform, it is very important to note that Finance actually does boast the most volume, meaning that most people actually go ahead and use MMF for their DeFi transactions on the Cronos chain. And you can see here that with the wide variety of options they do have, it should come as no surprise, as they do have their own token exchange. They do actually go ahead and have a liquidity provider, as well as liquidity farms and liquidity pools for MMF and for some of the other projects on the Cronos chain. Now you can also see here they actually have a limit order feature, which in my opinion is very, very impressive, as well as a stable swap feature. And on top of that, they do also actually have a bridge feature. So definitely no shortage of features when it does come to Finance. They also actually have their own games. And most importantly, something I've been really seeing gain a lot of traction lately is the Finance NFTs, okay? And we can actually go ahead and take a look at their marketplace here. And what you'll notice is that they have some very, very popular NFT collections, including the CRO MMB, which is native to Ibisu's Bay. You may also recognize this on OpenSea, as there is also a collection that runs on Ethereum. But they have the regular Mad Meerkats. They also have the degen Mad Meerkats, the Mad Meerkat tree houses. And you can actually go ahead and stake these NFTs for increased rewards on the Finance deck. So a very, very cool concept. And although this project is new, I mean, along with the Cronos chain as a whole, this team has definitely, I think, really put a lot of effort into expanding their decks. And I do look forward to see how they continue to innovate through the bear market. Now, just a quick note before we get into the third project, I do want to quickly mention that the weekly Q&A live stream that was intended to be on Sunday will actually be on a Friday, July 1st. That is Canada Day, and unfortunately, I am busy over the weekend. So the first stream will be on Friday, July 1st at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And also, then moving forward, it will be on every single Sunday. So if you guys have not yet hit that sub and like button, if you do enjoy the content on the channel, please consider doing so. It costs you guys nothing, and it means a whole lot to me. And also follow us on Twitter if you want to keep up with all the moves you're making in the market in real time. But now moving on to the third DAPP that we are looking at on the Cronos chain, and that is Argo Finance. Okay, we have covered Argo Finance on the channel before, as it is a one-click liquid staking solution, the easiest way to stake your CRO on the Cronos chain. And the steps here are very simple. You are essentially going to stake your CRO. You're going to receive BCRO, otherwise known as bonded CRO, in return. And you're going to use bonded CRO across their Argo Finance DeFi partners. Now, the reason liquid staking is so advantageous when compared to regular staking is because basically it allows you to stake your CRO and receive BCRO in return. So when you regularly stake, your tokens are locked up and you cannot do anything with them. But that is not the case. Argo Finance fixes this problem, as it basically gives you CRO in return that you continue to use and generate yield. Now, what I really like about Argo Finance is actually the partners that they have made in terms of these BCRO pairs. You can see that they've actually gone right after the first two projects we spoke about. The biggest DEXs on the Cronos chain being VVS Finance as well as MMF. So after you have actually gone ahead and staked your CRO to receive your bonded CRO in return, you can go ahead and click on the link here to add liquidity to VVS Finance for 51.72%, or on MMF for 36.2%. And their most recent partnership did come here with Mimas Finance, which basically allows you to put your BCRO to work on Mimas Finance by lending out BCRO to earn attractive yield farming rewards. Now, the final project that we are going to take a look at on the Cronos chain, one that I do believe has a very big head starter advantage in terms of NFTs, is Ibisu's Bay. Now, this is the first NFT marketplace on Cronos where you can create, buy, sell, trade, and enjoy enjoy all of the Cronos Chain NFTs. It does appear to be the most popular, having some very, very, very impressive collections in my opinion, including the Mad Meerkats that we had just discussed, the Crow Skulls, another one that has definitely been picking up a lot of traction as of late. Other drops do include the Boomer Squad, which has been gaining a lot of popularity, and DG Pals Genesis. This is one that we have talked about on the channel previously, as it was a project that did run on the BNB chain, and they were essentially poached by the Cronos Chain to go ahead and build out their marketplace here on the Cronos Chain instead. So we can take a look here at some of the projects that are being offered, and you'll see that Mad Meerkat Degen, Mad Meerkat, and the MM Treehouses are all dominating the leaderboard right now. Crow Skull Originals here is another very popular one, as I mentioned, that has picked up steam as of late, and they do have Season 2 coming out very, very soon. And what I do like about Ibisu's Bay is they've actually finally included this activity tab here, which does really show you sort of like the demand and the liquidity for these NFTs by basically giving you the entire market history. So we have the Cronos Primate Business, as well as the Ibisu's Bay founding member NFT, which does basically give you access to some exclusive drops and discounts on the platform. So a lot of potential for Ibisu's Bay in my opinion, and I do think that NFTs will be important in the blockchain space moving forward. So I think it is very important for the Cronos Chain to really establish one NFT marketplace, rather a dominant NFT marketplace, the exact same way that OpenSea runs on Ethereum. That is basically what Ibisu's Bay wants to be to the Cronos Chain, and it is definitely a project that I will be keeping my eye on in the future. So there you have it, guys. Those are 4 projects that I do believe are going to help drive the Cronos Chain into the top 3 in terms of total value locked eventually. Do keep in mind that the Cronos Chain is not even a year old yet. I mean, it's just coming up on 10 months old, and it's really insane to think that even not being a year old, we are already over majority of these chains that have been out for some of them for years, right? And you can see here that we are sitting comfy in 7th place ahead other chains like Phantom, like Waves, like Near Protocol. That is absolutely insane in my opinion. And if we actually look at EVM chains, you're going to notice that Cronos is already a top 5 blockchain in terms of total value locked. So definitely a lot of promise for the Cronos chain moving forward in my opinion. That is why we are such a big believer in CRO, as I do believe that the Cronos chain will act as a very big growth driver for the project moving forward, and these are some of the applications that I do think will take us there. So I hope you guys did enjoy this content. Again, if you do have any questions, leave them in the comments down below, and I will be sure to address them in the weekly Q&A stream that is going to be coming up on July 1st. With that, I hope you guys are all having a great start to your week. Happy Monday. Catch you guys in the next one.